The purpose of methods and materials is to give practising teachers an opportunity to engage with contemporary languages methodology, as well as to provide opportunities for them to actually design materials specifically for differentiated learning within language classrooms. The methods and material classes that are part of the ILTI Short Course are designed quite specifically to support teachers at all ranges of levels and experience in terms of developing contemporary methodology with respect to classroom practice, providing them with a sound understanding of second language acquisition theory so that that informs their practice, as well as providing them with opportunities to develop tasks focused on differentiation of learning within language classrooms in the Australian context. The classes are conducted in a variety of ways. Sometimes it's necessary to have sort of a teacher input type orientation in the program, so a sort of mini lecture. On other occasions we have students working in groups. We also model tasks and approaches that can actually be used within classroom environments. So there's a whole variety of different approaches that are actually used when dealing with the materials in the program. Participants themselves have to be quite active. One of our focuses is on getting teachers to understand that we want students to be physically active as well as mentally active. So it's really important that our teachers are physically active as well as being mentally active in classrooms as well. We do lots of group formation tasks. Teachers have to be actively involved in that. They need to work in groups. They need to develop group strategies that they can then transport to their classrooms back in Australia. We actually get them to engage in specific Indonesian language tasks, obviously at their level, that can then be transposed into classroom activities that they can use when they return home.
Tidak boleh ditulis, nakal.
Participants come with a range of needs, but I think for the most part teachers actually really appreciate having to think about their methodology. For experienced teachers, the opportunity to engage with an area that perhaps they haven't thought about for some considerable time is useful. For example, this year we've had a couple of very experienced teachers who've really expressed considerable enjoyment at being forced to rethink what they do in classes and why they do it. For teachers who are less experienced in terms of methodology, it gives them an opportunity to develop a basic understanding, and I think many teachers need that, because there's an assumption out there that if you know a few words of Indonesian you can just pop into class and teach Indonesian. The whole focus we have with the methods and materials is on enriching the pedagogy of teachers who are teaching beginning learners of language. We have a really significant problem in Australia with retention of learners beyond the beginning levels of Indonesian, so we're trying to teach very specific strategies that relate to language and to the teaching of culture within language that will help our teachers keep kids in their classrooms.